In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some common accessories that are honestly forgotten about and more often than not overpaid for when it comes to your home theater or just general television setup in your home. Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? It's QuazyDog here, and like I mentioned before, today we're going to be looking in this box at a couple of accessories that are commonly overlooked and more often than not overpaid for when it comes to your home theater or living room setup. Now, everybody always focuses on TV or furniture and different things like that, the bigger picture items, but you have to think about what's holding that TV up on the wall, what's helping you get that audio, what's helping you get that video, and it's these accessories that are sometimes just as important or more important than the actual big ticket items themselves. So I reached out to my friends over at PrimeCables and they hooked me up with a couple of accessories that I want to go over with you guys to kind of give you the importance of where to go when it comes to this stuff. And we're going to go over some pricing after. Everything in this box you can get online at www.primecables.com for a lot cheaper than you could get sometimes even one item in your local big box retail store. So to look first at this little box here, this is just honestly your run-of-the-mill HDMI cable. Now, this one from PrimeCables is special for a couple different reasons, and I kind of want to go about highlighting those. So this is a high-speed cable. This is HDMI 2.0. It is HDCP 2.2 certified, and what this allows you to do is stream copywritten content, more modern content, as well as utilize 4K 60. When it comes to some of your old cables that you might be trying to recycle when it comes to your new television purchase, you might be restricting yourself to 4K 30 because of the bandwidth limitations of 1.4 cables. So something like this guy here is really a key upgrade. This is their Mamba series. So with that, you're also gonna have some really nice nylon sleeving. It's very malleable, it's very pet friendly, so it's going to be more chew resistant than more other cables. And I find actually the kind of rubberized cables tend to attract pets like our rabbit and our cat when we had him. So something like this is a little bit more durable, and it just means that if you are routing this and you don't want to change it out, maybe going with something like this might be a good option for you guys. This one's a 6-foot length, but of course they come in a lot longer if you guys need it. This was a single pack. I'm going into an amplifier, so this is really the single cable that I need to go from the television to the amplifier to make sure that I get 4K 60, HDR10, Dolby Vision, sort of future-proofing myself as much as possible, at least until HDMI 2.1 or 3.0 come out. Other than that, we have these guys right here, and this is something that I've never utilized myself, but I am doing a series, and maybe after this video, either in the descriptions if you're watching this on YouTube or maybe in the cards, you can check out the rest of the videos as they become available. But these guys here actually allow you to insert your speaker wire into the threading, and these are banana plugs. They actually go right into the terminal in the back of more modern amplifiers or receivers. And it just means that you have less struggles unscrewing the back terminal, feeding in your wire, screwing it back in, especially if you're tight for space. You could do this kind of when you're not in the back of your media cabinet or your television stand. You thread the cables just right in your hand, and then all you have to do is plug these guys in. If you tend to reverse cables like me, they are color-coded per pack with red and black, so you can do your positive, negative before you plug them in. But if you do happen to reverse the polarity by an accident, you just unplug the banana cable and plug it back in. There's no untwisting or anything necessary. So these guys here, very inexpensive and very, very worth your time if you're going with a larger, theater setup. Now, I'm gonna have to take a second here to reorient myself because this is something as well that is very, very important if you want to modernize your TV setup and actually make it a little bit easier on yourself in the future when it comes to adding products or anything like that. And it is a TV mount, but more specifically, it is kind of an actuating wall mount. They call it a full motion. So with this will actually come away from the wall and allows you to get to the back of the cables very easily. And that's something that I find very important. So for those of you who maybe are just running a television with onboard speakers and you're not using an amplifier or a receiver that's easier to get to, having the ability to pull the TV away from the wall and get to those HDMI ports or those coax ports or whatever it is that you need access to is much easier this way than maybe a more flush mount system where you're gonna have to actually take the TV off the wall or mush your arm in and try to get to those components. So this is something that's very, very nice. This one in particular is rated for televisions between 37-inch and 70-inch. Future-proof yourself, just go with something like this. It's a 2-stud system, so it's gonna be more than secure. And I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm gonna try to do some B-roll here to get a little bit closer, but this is kind of like a scissor arm in the middle. So as you actuate the TV and pull it in and out from the wall, it's actually gonna keep the TV centered. You can still move it side to side and you can swivel it up and down as well. But this is a lot better than those single arm systems I find where once you start pulling it away from the wall, if it only has one pivot point or 2 pivot points that are off center, then you're never gonna float that TV out and actually still have it centered with your frame. And the last thing you wanna do is see that wall mount behind. So leaving that kind of where it is and having a symmetrical design is really, really, really important. This guy here is absolutely heavy duty. We're gonna try to get into this guy. I took a look at it and I'm really excited to get this on the wall. I'm hanging a 65-inch Hisense 4K TV. And like I said, I will have a couple of videos coming out in the future of that process, as well as an overview of the television set we're looking at. But in the package, of course, you get your television rails. That's for your VESA mounting. I believe it goes between VESA 100 and 400, if I'm not mistaken. And then this is quite heavy. I may just leave this in here. No, I lied. I'm taking it right out. But this is your wall mount here. So nice and big, very minimum branding on it as well. So it's not gonna be an eyesore, but you're definitely gonna be able to tell your friends and family where you got it. It will actually pivot kind of all directions. So again, it will kind of rock this way. So if you do happen to get your wall mount slightly crooked, if maybe you don't have a level and you're just trying to eyeball it, you can correct that when the TV is on the wall afterwards. Now, like I had mentioned before, when it comes to all of this stuff, if you were to look at a TV mount similar to this at your local big box retailer, at least in Canada, you're gonna be looking at sometimes $150, $200, sometimes $250. And really, there's not a whole lot of difference between those and these ones here, other than possibly a name brand. Having the peace of mind of getting, you know, this guy here, sometimes it's under $40 with an HDMI cable. These banana plugs were, I think, $7. And then these cables are floating right around 10, unlike the old kind of monster cables years ago that were over $100 and sometimes $200. You can get all of the accessories you need for well under $100, which is great because that means that you're saving more money to go towards your actual AV equipment, whether it be your TV or your amplifier or your furniture or anything like that. So if you guys are looking at expanding upon your living area, whether it be a bedroom or an office or a living room, and you're looking at getting either a television or some sort of stereo equipment or even office equipment like you see behind me, take a look at www.primecables.com. They're based out of Montreal. They have 2 warehouses in Canada. Shipping a lot of the times, depending on the promotion, can be free or very inexpensive. And they have honestly everything you need. My computer mount is PrimeCables. You guys have seen videos in the past, and that's why I reached out to them to try to help with this video series. I'm not sponsored to say any of this. They did send these over just for promotional purposes, for marketing samples. But I've worked with this company by choice for quite a while now because I honestly believe in their products and they're very well made. And the biggest thing is they don't cost an arm and a leg. They're very, very reasonably priced. And they stand behind it. Their warranty is really great. Their customer service is great. So again, if you guys have anything that you're looking to get to spice up your living area, living room, bedroom, office, anything like that, if you're looking for accessories before you head in your car and head out to your local big box, please check out PrimeCables. Let them know I sent you. And let me know in the comments below if you're watching this on YouTube, go to their website and send me 2 links of things that you thought were cool that they have. And you know, to tell you a little secret, their standing desk, that's something that I want to get next. So until the next one, guys, my name is QuazyDog. You guys have been awesome, and we'll catch you guys in my next video and in my next future kind of episodes about spicing up this living area with a TV and an amplifier and all these awesome products from PrimeCables. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you guys are notified anytime new episodes come out. That's it, guys. Take care.